I found a hidden room in my girlfriend's house.
What I found inside changed everything I thought I knew about her. I always thought I was a logical guy. I'm an engineer, a planner, a skeptic.
I don't go chasing ghosts or believing in conspiracy theories.
But I swear to you, after what happened in my girlfriend's house, I will never trust what I see on the surface again. Let me rewind. I met Alyssa 2 years ago at a tech conference in Chicago. She was charming, witty, sharp. Everything about her screamed normal, in a good way. Her apartment was cozy but organized. Her job in medical research sounded impressive, and her laugh could make me forget a bad day. Fast forward 18 months, we're practically living together.
I kept a toothbrush and half my wardrobe at her place. Everything felt right. Except, there was one room I was never allowed into.
It was in the basement, just a plain grey door with a padlock.
I asked about it once, playfully. What are you hiding in there? A portal to Narnia. She smiled, a little too tightly, and said, just junk.
It's sealed shut.
I lost the key years ago. I didn't push. Everyone's entitled to their secrets.
Or so I thought. But something started to nag at me. Not constantly, just little things, like the heavy thuds I'd sometimes hear at night coming from the basement.
Or the faint buzzing.
Sound like static that lingered in the air if I walked too close to the door. One time I found scratch marks on the doorframe. Another time I saw a receipt in the trash. She'd recently bought heavy-duty locks. But for what?
I finally cracked when she went on a weekend trip with her sister.
She asked me to water the plants and feed the cat. Instead, I went to the basement with bolt cutters and a flashlight. What I found behind that door still feels like a hallucination.
The room wasn't full of junk.
It was
curated. The walls were covered with photographs, hundreds of them, printed and pinned in perfect rows.
And every single one of them was of me, sleeping, eating, walking to my car, sitting on the toilet. Some photos dated back to before I even met her.
My mouth went dry. I stumbled further in. There were audio tapes labeled by date.
She'd been recording our conversations, even the ones I had alone. How? There was a monitor on her desk showing a live feed from inside my apartment.
I felt sick. And then I noticed something worse.
In the corner of the room was a mannequin.
It wore clothes exactly like mine, down to the socks.
My cologne, my watch, a strand of my hair taped to the neck. That's when I realized this wasn't just obsession. This was imitation.
I backed out of the room like it was on fire.
I wanted to call the
police, but
what would I even say?
My girlfriend is running a surveillance cult centered on me.
No evidence of crime, just bone-chilling weirdness.
So I did what any terrified coward would do.
I packed a bag and left. No note, no confrontation.
I blocked her number, changed my locks, even moved apartments.
Weeks went by. No sign of her. I started to believe maybe I overreacted.
That maybe it was a twisted art project. A way to cope with
loneliness. I even started dating someone new.
But last week,
I got a package.
No return address. Inside was a USB stick and a single note. You forgot who you are, against my better judgment. I plugged it in.
It auto-played a video. It was footage of me, but not recent. It was from the night I first broke into the locked room.
Except in the video, I never touched the door. I just stood there, staring at it, for hours, then turned and left.
But that's not what happened. I know I went inside. I remember what I saw. The footage ended with a shot of me sleeping. From last night, in my new apartment.
From above the bed.
I didn't sleep that night. I haven't slept well since.
And this morning, I checked my mirror. Something looked off.
My face.
It's almost mine.
But not quite.
Like a copy that's losing resolution.
I don't know what Alyssa did,
or what she was trying to build.
But I think,
whatever it was, it worked. And I don't think I'm the original anymore.
After that night, I started documenting everything. Photos of my face each morning, voice recordings. I even started talking to myself out loud, leaving verbal timestamps like, it's Tuesday, June 17th. I just brushed my teeth, and I feel normal. But the truth is, I don't feel normal anymore.
Little things are off. My left hand used to have a small scar from when I sliced. It opened with a kitchen knife years ago.
It's gone now. My handwriting looks just slightly neater.
My favorite food used to be spicy ramen. Now it makes me gag.
Worse?
People treat me differently. My MOM paused mid-sentence the other day during a call and said, "You sound flat, like you're forcing your voice to sound familiar." My best friend Dave,
he came over, took one look at me, and asked if I'd been in an accident. "You're moving weird," he said.
"Like your joints aren't
sinking right." Then came the dreams. I started dreaming of places I've never been to.
but in the dreams, they feel intimate.
A white hallway with 12 doors. A circular room with no corners. A giant glass wall on a mountaintop, behind which people or things watch me.
In one dream, Alyssa was there. She looked
Radiant, but wrong.
like a high-race version of a low-race person.
She told me the fracture is
Complete. We just need to wait for full assimilation. I woke up with blood under my fingernails.
and I don't bite my nails.
I decided to go back. I know how that sounds, but I needed answers. Alyssa's house was for sale.
She was gone.
I broke in.
The basement door was gone, completely sealed, not locked, not covered, just a smooth wall, as if the door never existed. I started hitting it with a hammer. Nothing.
Then I heard it. Footsteps.
From the other side. Slow.
Deliberate.
Measured. I ran.
That night, I got a second package. This one had a mirror written on it in black marker. When you accept it, it stops hurting. I turned the mirror around, expecting to see myself, but my reflection didn't move. It just stared at me, smiling slightly. I dropped it.
The glass didn't break. I didn't break. I'm starting to think. Maybe I'm not made to.
It's been 49 days since I opened that room.
I no longer eat. I pretend. I no longer sleep.
I rest my body, but my mind stays online. Sometimes I hear Alyssa's voice in the static of the TV. Sometimes I see myself walking across the street before I get there. The final straw. Yesterday, I went to my old apartment just out of impulse.
I stood across the street and watched.
Through the window, I saw someone sitting on the couch,
wearing my clothes, holding my phone, laughing like me.
Then
he looked directly at me and smiled.
He wasn't surprised.
He was expecting me.
I think the real me never left that basement.
And now, I'm just a copy. But the worst part, I'm starting to prefer it.